After a long break, the Premier League is back, and round 32 promises to be very, very exciting. I mean, except you're Victor and you're supporting Liverpool. But that's not the talk for now. We're going to discuss what will happen in some of the games this weekend. I'm still starting with you, Victor. Taking the position of these two teams into account, how big is the West Ham versus Wolves fixture in terms of the relegation battle?
I mean, it means everything to West Ham and absolutely nothing to Wolves. Uh, I think the Londoners have a big chance here to leapfrog Spurs, and they should be winning this one somewhat comfortably. First things first, though, they need to keep it very tight at the back. I don't think there would be much by way of excuses if they concede even one goal to the only team in the Prem who's averaging less than one goal scored per game. Going forward, as usual, West Ham will be relying on Bowen because they always do. And yeah, he should be able to create something special, get a goal, an assist, maybe both. I think it would be a big upset if Wolves get anything at the London Stadium.
That's an interesting take. And then over to you, Max. Despite their lead at the top of the table, Arsenal have looked rather shaky in recent weeks in the Premier League and other competitions for that matter. But the question is, can the Gunners seal Bournemouth at home?
I mean, I would hope not, but looking obviously, it kind of feels like yes, especially with that result like a couple of days ago against Sporting. I guess that motivated them and boosted their morale a bit because after two cup losses and two trophies lost, if they lost to Sporting, they would be demoralized for 100%. And now, yeah, like I mean, they won 7 out of last 8 at home. They're also doing great against Bournemouth, despite the last game they've lost last season. But overall, looking, they're better form, better squad. They're playing at home, so everything favors them. So if they're not winning this one, it should be a shocker for me.
Fair enough. And then back to you again, Victor. It is not the best time to be a Liverpool fan, but yeah, Liverpool's defeat to PSG in midweek was a surprising one, not because they lost, but the manner in which Liverpool lost. Zero shot on target for the first time in over 6 years in the Champions League. So the question here, Victor, is how do you think Liverpool will be able to bounce back against Fulham if they can?
I would say they can't. Look, I've been very pessimistic about Liverpool lately, and unfortunately, I was right on the money when it came to the FA Cup game against City, to this disaster against PSG. I mean, oh my God, you're under pressure as a manager to actually do something in the only competition you still have a proper chance at glory at, and you play a back five that's never really been trained at Anfield in the last decade and a half or something. It's, yeah, boggles the mind. I think they were lucky to only lose 2-0. I don't think anybody would have batted an eye if that game ended 4 or 5. And it's going to screw them up big time, morale wise, for the Fulham game. I don't think they're winning against Fulham.
Interesting take from a Liverpool fan. And then back to you, Max. This is not a top of the table clash or a relegation clash, but there's still all to play for in this one because Brentford and Everton find themselves in the thick of a late season battle for European qualification. Who looks more well placed to win this game, in your opinion?
I'd probably go with Everton at first because Brentford are not winning 4 at home. They've lost 2 and drawn 2. Also, in the same time, Everton in the last game they did beat Chelsea, and overall on road they won 4 out of last 6, losing only 1. So I'd say probably Everton's better placed, and in the last 3 games they're also not losing and won out 1 and 2 draws. So overall, it kind of feels like Everton is in better form on road and in general itself. I'd say they're not losing for sure, but I do see like at least 3 or 4 goals in this game, and probably Everton winning, but a draw wouldn't be a surprise for me.
Interesting one. And then on the final note for this video, Victor, with 4 wins from their last 5 in the Premier League, Brighton are one of the most informed sides at the moment. Will they be able to carry on that positive run against Burnley?
I mean, they simply have to. If they are serious about playing in Europe next season, they must. Look, Brighton have some tough games coming up after this one. They play both Chelsea and Newcastle after they take on Burnley and Spurs. And if they don't beat Burnley, it sets the stage very poorly for them to push for Europe because they're coming up against these direct rivals. This would be a big opportunity to miss. They don't have any more cup commitments. There's no excuse to not beat, I would say, the worst side in the division at the moment.
Yeah, I think they should actually win that game as well. But you never know in the Premier League. But we've still got some more Premier League games to discuss, and we'll be doing justice to all of that in another video. So stay tuned.